Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at Krang from Dimension X. This was not actually a figure that I wanted. Here's what happened. Well, kind of a rough week for Super 7 here on the channel, to be honest. I ordered Krang and maybe Ace Duck. I can't remember what these waves were because two waves came in at the same time. I'm sorry, I did not order Krang. I ordered, I think it might have been Ace Duck and Leatherhead. I think might have been the two, because I believe the other two came, well, two figures came from Super 7, and two figures came from Big Bad, because I got to a point with these where I stopped ordering directly from Super 7 because Big Bad was actually getting these figures in before Super 7 was. So I have started ordering these from BigBadToyStore.com, even though I would rather go ahead and pay in advance. I do want my figures sooner, and we're talking about like 2 weeks to a month sooner Big Bad is getting them. Because I assume they get them direct from the factory. So anyway, I did not order Krang. I ordered Leatherhead, and Super 7 sent me the other figure and Krang. But the reason I kept this Krang is Leatherhead I can get no problem. I can order him from, you know, Big Bad, Super 7, Amazon may have him for $30 at some point. That seems to be happening lately. And as these figures were starting to sort of come out, I was like, you know what? I wish that I had ordered that Krang. Because the Krang that I really want is big robot body Krang. But I had this Krang when I was a kid, and I like his weird little device. We'll get to it. So I kind of did have pre-order remorse that I didn't order this Krang. So when he showed up, I was like, you know what? That's a sign from the toy gods that I needed to have this Krang. Krang, the bodiless, burbling brain. Krang is all the brains a body could want. Unfortunately, Krang ain't got no body. He is, however, the mastermind behind Shredder and the Foot Clan. Krang's ranting, burbling, chortling, raving antics are a few of the reasons he was banished from his home sweet home of Dimension X. Now, Krang brings his smarty pants attitude to the decent planet Earth, where law-abiding citizens are threatened by his supreme intelligence. Fantastic bio. Perfect for Krang. Let's open him up and get him out of there. And I'll show you guys why I was like, oh gosh, you know what? Maybe I should have ordered Krang. And when he showed up, I decided, well, I'll just keep him. Oh, wow. So this is the old style packaging that just hit me. Because I do tend to open these by waves, so I don't notice things like the figures from, so I guess Ace Duck and Super Surfer Mike were in the same wave, and then Krang and Ray Fillet were in the same wave. Because this, if you notice in the past 2 days of videos, you don't pull out this whole cardboard backer piece to get the plastic trays out. This is the older style, where it's actually kind of a pain to get the plastic trays out of this shaped cardboard piece. So that's interesting. I didn't even notice that when I was opening Monday and Tuesday. So very cool. We'll set that to the side. Get Krang's little hands out of here. And this is, you know, this is a very, it's not my preferred look for Krang, and I'm sure Super 7 is going to get around to the giant baby robot body or whatever it is. But this is a classic toy that I had when I was a kid, and I do have a sentimental attachment to this version of Krang, because I never had the robot body when I was a kid. I wanted it, but I never had it, because a lot of the higher dollar Ninja Turtles, because by this time, you know, I say when I was a kid, But, you know, I was 13, 14, 15 years old collecting Ninja Turtles still, because I kind of never stopped collecting toys. And all of the Ninja Turtles stuff I bought with my own money. Because by that time, my parents were like, you are too old for toys. We're not buying you these anymore. Oh, it comes with this little hover thing also. So if it was a little higher dollar item, which granted, I'm going to assume the robot body was, you know, maybe $12 versus the turtles being $4 or $5. I don't remember what the prices were, but it was just more than I wanted to spend. Oh, he does have a little rubber band there securing him in. Oh my gosh, disaster. What is happening? His stupid little tentacles are all curved and holding onto that rubber band. All right. Crisis dealt with. Oh, look at this guy. He is disgusting. Krang. Grotesque. Look at the nice depth in his mouth there. I don't love the size of the crack, the assembly point here, but also, yeah, kind of whatever. Just all of that sculpted detail, those big, beady yellow eyes. Those hinges on his little shoulder joints make all the difference in the world. Versus just the swivel joint. Oh man, he's great. He feels great. I wish he was a little squishier. That would be awesome, but I get why he's not, because he does need to be like sculpted and interact with all of his accessories in a certain way. Not that you can't sculpt softer plastic, but it just kind of wouldn't serve the purpose of this figure. And what I didn't realize, because as I constantly say to you guys, I don't look too closely at these things when I order them, because I want to enjoy the unboxing and discovering kind of the magic of what I've ordered. Look, he can stand like up on his tentacles. I did not realize that you actually get 2 Krangs with this set. You have got kind of your standard issue Krang, and then you've got your maniacal facial expression Krang. And so this is really 2 figures in one. And I will be displaying both of them. And this one, his tentacles are outstretched a little bit more. He's kind of going nuts. He's got one eye is open a little bit bigger than the other one. He's got those great teeth sculpted in there with that tongue behind them. I love this. This is just great. So we've got 2 Krangs. One of the Krangs I will be putting in, of course, his weird little mobility unit. I don't know if there's a term. Please tell me that did not just totally break. Wow. Okay. So there's that piece. So nothing broke. There just wasn't enough adhesive. Holding that together. Yeah, it's not broken at all. There just wasn't enough adhesive holding those 2 pieces together. Which, you know, a little annoying there. This has not been the best week for Super 7 here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. So for the time being, I'm just going to push those back together. It looks like for now, friction and my fingers will keep it from exploding apart again. But I'll just dab of super glue on there. We'll take care of that. Let's continue our tour of Krang, though. So you've got an interesting foot situation here where this rotates underneath the knee, and then you've got this weird, honestly not even sure why that's articulated. Just because is probably the reason. And it is stable. You can get some different poses out of that. Oh, and the feet, they are oddly modern ankle articulation because it is a peg on that hinge. So you actually can get that sort of swivel stance. And then these are on a ball joint. Well, actually, no, those are hinged as well. They pivot and are on a hinge. So you can get sort of this weird wide-legged attack stance, which I really dig. Chances are that's how he's going to go on the shelf. I wish that the canopy didn't have that smudging on it, but I think that's just a little... That's going to come off. Otherwise, beautiful, clear canopy. I kind of wish it snapped down in the front, so it wasn't just flopping around like this. Lots of great painted and sculpted detail. This is, this is what I wanted these to look like when I was a kid. This is the toy that I wanted when I was playing with those more simplistic, much, much cheaper, obviously, items. So he's also got... Oh man, look at the hinge on that arm. I love that. So he's got these hands that are at the end of his little weirdly articulated arms that rather than... Oh, there we go. Okay, so it stays on a ball joint. So you do have a range of motion there. So weird and kind of off-putting, if I'm being honest. Like in a good way, in a Krang way. And then same thing with this arm. Will pop into the socket over here. There you go. So strange. I love how alien all of this is. He's got a variety of hands here. He's got kind of open grasping hands. He's got fists for punching. He's got a pointing... Actually, yeah, he's only got one punching fist. He's got a pointing finger, which I like very much. But I'm going to leave what's on him because we also have to attach his gun. So that is going to plug underneath like so and plugs in nicely. And then we've got his bizarre plunger gun, which I love. Very reminiscent of the Daleks. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, so it's nice to see this sort of suction cup blaster weirdness. Lots of nice sculpted detail, paint on the trigger. Kind of went all out on this one. Which I get, because this is, in comparison to other Ultimates, there is, you could say there's a little less to this one, in a way. So he's got his crazy gun. I kind of wish... Because the gun almost seems too big in a way. I do sort of wish those arms had regular elbow articulation. Until I get that glued, that's not going to support the weight of the gun. Because now this is kind of awkward because it sticks out so far in front of him. I kind of would rather be able to bend that elbow and have this. I wish there was a pivot here, because that would solve that problem. Can he... We're getting a little weird with articulation here. And in a way, I like it, because it feels very alien and strange. So you can kind of do this number. This is a bizarre toy, you guys. It is a completely non-humanoid shape, so it's something that functions completely differently from anything else that I have. I kind of like this look now that I'm looking at it. And these weird inward turning elbows. An odd decision, but I don't hate it. All right, so we're gonna put crazy, out of control Krang in here. He fits in perfectly. He does just sit there. He doesn't like peg into place or anything like that. But there he is, Krang going nuts with his Dalek suction cup gun. Like I said, I'm just going to glue that, and that'll be fine. And I'm glad I've got it, you guys. I really am. I'm going to order Leatherhead, and you'll get that review at some point. But I'm actually glad for this mix-up, because he belongs on the shelf. I needed to have this Krang. And then, of course, little did I know, I would end up with, thanks to his little roller hover deal. I can't remember if he hovers on this or if it rolls around. And then I'll also have this Krang on the shelf. So 2 Krangs for the price of 1. Not a terrible deal, broken knees aside. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share. Tell your friends about me dumping Krang on the counter. And come back next time for... we've got one more day of Ninja Turtle reviews. I'll be thrilled to see you there.
Smash that like button if you like needless things.